Hey, John from FatStacks here. In this video, I'm going to share how I managed to put together a pretty decent, nearly perfect passive online income in the amount right now. It's about 62,000. It grows a little bit every year. Okay, so I'll start off with just some proof to show that I'm not making this stuff up. I know it's crass to do this. I really cringe to have to do this sort of stuff, but at the end of the day, I read a lot of blogs too, like you, and I generally like to know that they're actually making money rather than just talking and making stuff up. So, and I look at it this way: hey, if you're going to hand your money to an investment broker or advisor or something like that, you want to make sure that they have a track record, that they're getting good returns. So, yeah, I get people that's email me, oh, you got to put that stuff there, and I agree. I don't really like it, but I just want to show that it actually works. Okay, so that's Q2 2014. This is 3 months. It's not 1 month. All right, and here's the next quarter, Q3 2014, and it goes up a little bit. So you can see that it's growing and that it's not insignificant. So I think there's a fairly big myth about online in that online businesses are passive. I think most have passive elements, and I think you can take extended time off and still earn, unlike a job where if you don't show up, you don't get paid. So that's obviously great, but I don't think it's like 100% passive where you're going to take like a year off. Now, in this revenue model that I'm going to show you and explain in more detail, really, I've put in about 10 hours in 2014 and probably maybe 20, 30 hours in 2013. That said, when I got started, I think it was like back in 2012 or 2011. I put a lot of time up front. All right, I did all the work up front. I set it up, and I'll explain how I set it up shortly. So I just want to make sure that not most models aren't passive. All of these here, I do all of these right now, and they all require daily work. I mean, they really do. So, and it's the one exception is this one income stream that I've set up, and so I enjoy all this work, so I do it. Otherwise, yeah, I enjoy it, and that's why I do it. Okay, so oh, I don't do e-commerce, but that's not really passive either. So how do I do it? Really, the this one income stream that I do is basically promoting a recurring commission cloud software. Cloud software is pretty much the norm with software these days. It's we'll give you an example. Aweber email marketing or GetResponse email marketing software. That's cloud software, right? And it's recurring commission because if you promote it as an affiliate, you're going to get paid every month for the duration of that referral actually remaining a customer. Okay, and that's what's great about it. Now, I don't recommend you actually choose to go promote Aweber or GetResponse. It's a very saturated market. The point is that there are a lot of these types of products out there in all different types of niches. Most of them are in business niches, but there's lots in also in consumer niches too. They're generally going to be a lower cost or be a lower commission amount, but they're going to have more a larger target market. All right, so the four reasons it's really great to do this is obviously you've got a lot to choose from these days. Cloud is the norm, and most cloud software products that offer affiliate programs are going to pay recurring. Just beware, read the fine print because some will actually stop the commissions at the 12-month mark, and while that's not terrible, ideally you want a lifetime. The other thing about cloud software is it converts really, really well. Okay, if you get it to the right audience and it's quality cloud software, it's going to convert well because people buy software. All right, the conversion rate for software is generally quite good, and more importantly, software has a high stick rate, and by that I mean that once people sign up and set it up and use it, they generally stick around for a while. Okay, they stay as customers. Like for instance, I've been a Aweber customer now for years. I probably click somebody's affiliate link and they're still earning commissions off me. So that's the big difference between, say, like info membership sites, which don't really have a high stick rate generally. The people are going to bail after 3, 4, 5, 6 months. With software, they can stay for years. Commissions are decent. Obviously, depends on the price of the product. I would recommend look for cloud software that's going to sell from anywhere from like $50 to $100 a month. Most of them have like different packages, so that's okay, right? You want a low end of maybe like a $40 a month, and then a high end of maybe 150 or something. You want your commissions to be somewhere in the 15 to 35% range. Don't expect higher than that. These companies have more overhead than your ebook sellers, so they're not going to be able to offer the 75% commissions. So don't expect that. And this is the most important part, and this is probably really fundamental to how I've been able to actually make this really passive, is I found a software product that's in a very, very narrow niche. It's nothing to do with internet marketing or anything like that. It's totally different. And that's what you have to do. I'm not going to tell you the niche I'm in. Obviously, that would pretty much ruin the thing I've got going on. But I know for a fact that there are other niches with other products that offer the recurring commissions. And so you want to find these narrow niches, or you want to take a product that maybe appeals to a lot of different niches, a software product, and create a whole sales mechanism funnel, which I'll get into next, targeting that very particular niche audience. Okay, you can definitely do that, and that's actually quite a smart approach, because the product's obviously quality, it's used by tens of thousands of people, and you can frame it and sell it to a segment of their target customer base. All right. Is it really passive? Well, it's not 100% passive. I'd say it's about 98% passive. A lot of upfront work, and then probably the first year and a half, fair amount of work, testing different things, new content. 2013, I probably put in about maybe 40 hours of work, and in 2013, 40 hours. This year, I know for a fact I did about 10 hours, because the only thing I did is I prepped and participated in a webinar. All right, so yeah, that is passive, given we're almost at the end of 2014. I've generated significant revenue for the year, and I've put in about 10 hours of work, and all I know is it's going to go up next year. Once a sales funnel set up, it pretty much earns on autopilot. Now, I'm going to preface this is a really important point, and I've made it already. You got to approach it with a very narrow niche. Okay, you can't go a broad niche. If you've read a lot of my other stuff, I'm in some big market niches where I'm doing huge traffic volume, and that's a totally different model. That's different. This is very targeted, very subset group of people who are ideal prospects for the software that you're promoting. That's what you want to do. That's what you need to do. That's how you need to set up. Because once let's say you get a blog of 50 pages of content with that, it's long tail, and you're not going to have to worry about getting traffic. I haven't built links. I didn't really do much promotion on my blog, because I'm pretty much the only blog that's servicing this particular segment market. Google has no choice but to list me, because I'm the only one who's doing anything there, and I only get like 100 to 150 visits a day, 3 to 10 new email subscribers per day, but it just keeps churning out the sales. So that's how you got to think about it. Don't think about 10,000 visitors a day. Think, hey, if you can get to 100 of the right people, you can make this work, because you're going to sell that product to them. As a side note, I probably increase my sales by publishing, a few more posts a month, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So what is a sales funnel? Well, it's nothing fancy, all right? I have 2 blogs right now. One blog has about 100 posts. The other has about 30 posts, all right? I have an email newsletter with 30 email messages that are scheduled to go out over a period of 6 months, and I publish a product review of the product, and that's it. That is the whole funnel, all right? And it was set up quite a while ago. Now, can't you just use that funnel for any product? Yeah, sure, you could, but the whole thing about recurring is that it actually builds up. It's sort of like, it's very slow in the beginning. You're not going to really see much money, but as those previous sales continue to accrue, and over years, and you still, what you sold last year, you still get a commission on, it builds up into all of a sudden, in year 2 or 3, you're like, oh wow, it's a sizable revenue stream. So that's the point. Absolutely, you can promote one-time commissions. I do that too, but I'm just saying that really what's really made this really passive for me is the fact that I'm earning revenue from sales that I generated 2 years ago, and I know for a fact I am, because the merchant sends me spreadsheets as to tracks everything, so I know that. So that's the model. I've pretty much spilled the beans. It's not rocket science. It's just something I think, I'm surprised more people don't do it, frankly, especially the recurring software angle. And just, you got to find the market. Don't try to, even if it's a popular software product, don't try to just sell it to everybody. Create a blog that services a very tight market, and suggest that particular product as a solution for their business, or as a solution for their customers, consumers' needs, whatever it is, of fitness and whatnot. Okay, so I do have a guide. Just have a link here. You can check it out. I explain a lot more. I actually give you over a dozen niches you can specifically start looking into right now that are solid and that would work, and they're very similar to mine. I'm not going to share mine. Sorry, I don't share my niche, and I don't share the product I promote, because I'm not going to give that away. Hope you can appreciate that. But I do share some niches I know would work and I'm even interested in doing potentially down the road. And by sharing the niches, finding the software is not terribly difficult. But remember, the other option is you can definitely just take a popular type of product and just target it to a sub niche of people. Okay. I also basically list out the main pieces of content that have performed best on my blog. So you can just basically, there's the topics, I give you the keywords, I give you the topics. You can just write it out. And, if you're targeting a narrow enough market, you should be able to start seeing some organic traffic fairly quickly. And that means getting leads. I tell you exactly uh, how to set up incentives to get people to subscribe to your email newsletter. I basically share I share everything that I've done. It's 44 pages. It's not a huge business model. It's not a very expensive guide. The only thing I don't share is I don't share my particular niche. I don't share the product I promote. That's it. But I share everything else. So check it out. The link's here. And it's a great model. You don't have to get the guide. I think I probably shared enough with you in this video that you should be able to be up and running.